Before you hit the gym, start a new diet, try to change anything in your life. Tackle the root cause of your struggles first. The problem is just the symptom, it's the mindset that is the cause. Shift your mindset, and the problem fixes itself. Welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Amanda Haynes, and I'm here to show you how simple it is to have anything you want. And it starts with transforming your habits. I'm going to explain to you what a habit loop is, how it's keeping you from what you truly want in life, and how to break the loop to get what you want and change the trajectory of your life. This video is for anyone who wants to make a change in their life, whether it's getting healthy, climbing out of debt and creating financial security, attracting your soulmate, or becoming your best self and living your best life. The information in this video is going to help you live the life you absolutely deserve. I've managed to quit smoking cigarettes after 15 years. I've gotten sober after over a decade of binge drinking alcohol and lost 40 pounds through proper diet and exercise. I've achieved all of these results by getting to the root of the problem, changing my habits. And I'm going to offer you some of the same tools I've used. Are you ready? Before we get into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful. So, what is a habit loop and what does it have to do with me getting what I want in life? The process of building a habit is like a simple cycle that your brain goes through every time you perform something regularly. This cycle has 4 steps: cue, craving, response, reward. The brain runs through this same system every time in the same order. Let's break it down so it's easy to understand. First is the cue. This is like a signal that tells your brain it's time to do something. For example, when you see your toothbrush, it's a cue that reminds you to brush your teeth. Second is the craving. This is what you want to get from doing the habit. You don't really crave the habit itself, but the way it makes you feel. For example, you don't crave brushing your teeth, but you crave having a clean mouth and fresh breath. Third is the response. This is the action you take when you perform the habit. After you see the cue and feel the craving, you pick up your toothbrush and start brushing. That's your response. And last is the reward. This is the good feeling you get after doing the habit. The clean mouth you have after brushing your teeth is the reward. This reward makes you want to do the habit again next time. Your brain goes through these 4 steps in the same order every time you perform the habit. It remembers the reward you get, which helps you repeat the habit. The more you understand these steps, the better you can build good habits and improve the ones you already have. Habit loops are cool and all when they work for us. The caveat is habit loops also work against us. Now that we understand how habits work, let's talk now about how this habit loop works against you. Most people don't know this, but you can literally hack your brain to operate in a way that helps you instead of hurting you. We're going to take the cycle we just learned and invert it to show you how bad habits are hurting you and making you do things that aren't so good for you. Here's how it works. Number 1, the cue. This is the thing that triggers you to start the habit. For example, if you're bored or feeling sad, that could be a cue. 2, craving. Next, you start to want something to make you feel better. Maybe you crave a snack, not because you're hungry, but because it makes you feel good when you're bored or sad. 3, response. Then you do something to satisfy that craving. So you might grab a bag of chips or some candy and start snacking. 4, reward. After eating the snack, you feel good for a little while, and that's the reward. But soon the feeling goes away. and you might end up feeling bad for eating too much junk. And these negative feelings are the cue that starts the process over. You see how this can get a little dicey, right? Because your brain remembers the reward. It wants to repeat this loop every time you feel sad or bored. If it's a habit that's not good for you, like eating too much junk, it can start to work against you. It's like your brain gets stuck in a loop that makes it hard to stop doing the habit, even if it's not helping you in the long run and you don't really want to do it. This loop happens for every habit, positive or negative. And you can insert any habit you have into this loop to understand how it works against you or with you in your life. This goes for smoking, drinking, skipping the workout, social media scrolling, staying up late, procrastinating, letting people take advantage of you, anything you can think of. So I want to know what your thoughts are so far. Drop a comment below and tell me what you're experiencing. I want to know where you are on your journey and if this is helpful. The good news is, once you understand how these loops work, you can start to change them. Let's break it down into 4 simple steps for how you can hack your brain to work for you instead of against you. Number 1 is make the cue invisible. The first step to breaking a habit is to remove or hide the cue that triggers it. If you don't see or notice the thing that starts your habit, it's much easier to avoid it. For example, if you want to stop snacking on junk food, don't buy it at all. When the cue is invisible, it's less likely to trigger the habit. Rework this step for any habit you have and just play with it. 2, make the craving unattractive. Focus on the destruction. Make the habit less appealing. You can do this by changing the way you think about the habit. For example, if you're trying to stop smoking, you can remind yourself of the negative effects it has on your health and how it takes away your energy. By focusing on the downsides, the craving for the habit becomes less attractive. 3, make the response difficult. If you make it harder to perform the habit, you're less likely to do it. This means increasing the effort needed to follow through with the habit. For instance, if you want to use your phone less, you can put it in another room or set a complicated password. When the habit is difficult to do, you're less likely to stick with it. 4, make the reward unsatisfying. If the habit doesn't give you the same positive feeling anymore, you'll be less motivated to do it. If you can't seem to put the junk food down, cover it in something unpleasant. Add a shit ton of salt to it so that when you bite into it, you're disgusted by it. When you don't get a good reward from the habit, it becomes easier to break the loop. And you just got to be creative with what works for you that will make the reward unsatisfying. To break a habit loop, you work on each part of the habit. Hide the cue, change how you think about the craving, make the response harder, and reduce the satisfaction you get from the reward. By addressing each part, you disrupt the loop and make it easier to stop the habit. One thing you're going to want to remember is repetition is how human beings learn. Rewatch this video every morning and night for 90 days to solidify this information into your psyche and watch as your world transforms. To improve your habits, you need patience. The habit wasn't formed overnight and won't change overnight either. Be patient and take it one day at a time. Join me in my next video where I'll show you how to handle setbacks and relapses on your journey to improving your habits to create a life you love. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on self-development, mindset shifts, and personal growth. Together, we'll break those bad habits and unlock your limitless potential. Thanks for watching, and remember, you got this.